Going back to a world like Planet of Lana always feels a bit personal to me. I still remember the quiet moments from the first game, the kind that stay with you long after you put the controller down. So naturally, I was curious, what happens when you return to that same world, but things feel just a little different? Honestly, Planet of Lana 2 gave me that feeling almost immediately. What surprised me first wasn't the story, it was the atmosphere. The game still looks beautiful, almost like a moving painting. The colors, the environments, the small animations, they all work together in a very gentle way. Even when you're in darker places, there's still a sense of care in how everything is presented. But from my experience, the pacing feels different this time. There are moments where you're walking, absorbing the environment, and then suddenly, a short cutscene interrupts you. Then you move again, and it happens again. I can see why the developers wanted to guide the story more clearly, but for me, it sometimes broke that quiet immersion the first game handled so well. Now, when it comes to gameplay, this is where things get interesting. The puzzles are more present this time. You're not just moving forward, you're thinking more, planning more, and I actually appreciate that. Some puzzles feel fresh, and there's variety in how you interact with the world. But, and this is important, the execution can feel a bit demanding. You might figure out the solution quickly, but pulling it off, that's where things can get tricky. Timing, positioning, precision. Sometimes you repeat sections not because you don't understand them, but because the game asks for very exact inputs. For some players, that's rewarding. For others, it might feel a bit frustrating. And that's okay. It might hit differently for you. One thing I really like, though, is how the world expands. There's more lore, more sense of history, more connection between characters and environments. Even without dialogue, the game still manages to communicate emotion in a very natural way. Mui is still honestly one of the most charming companions I've seen in a game like this. And those small interactions, they matter. If you're playing on a lower end setup, here's something worth knowing. The game runs smoothly in most cases. It doesn't rely on heavy mechanics, but some sections with precise timing might feel tougher if your frame rate isn't stable. So lowering a few settings can actually improve your experience a lot. At its core, this is still a game about connection between characters, between nature and technology, and in a way, between you and the journey itself. Do I think it captures the same magic as the first game? Partially. But it also tries to grow, to add more layers, to take a few risks. And even if not every choice works perfectly, I respect that. Because games like this remind me why I started playing in the first place. Not just to win, but to feel something along the way.